Why, hello there. Microphone's way out of the way. Sorry, hello there. How goes it, Halsey? You were first, and you did put the longest boy in chat. I very much appreciate that. Good day to you, sir. I hope you're doing well. And good day to everyone. We are doing our featured game devs Twitch kind of featured games slot. Last week was
Not
great.
First.
Hello, little bud. How good to see you, man. We haven't spoken in a while. What's new with you? Huh? Let us know how things are going for you. Yeah, last week we kicked this off the very first week, which was really cool. We did it with James, the wonderful GamesPlusJames. I'm just pointing my fan at me a little more. It's a bit warm today.
Also not first.
Oh, hello there, Lurkin. Wonderful to see you. Welcome, welcome. And Wing, I forgot I already clicked on your stream and the elephant scared you. Oh, the scene transition elephant, you mean? Yes. Oh, I have had that as well, Tormod. I got mine a few weeks ago, actually. Around 3 weeks ago now, I think. I hope it's boosted your signal. But yeah, so last week we had a wonderful interview and played Scoot Kaboom and the Tomb of Doom, which was a game made by GamesPlusJames. And yeah, it was great to have a chat with James, talk about how he got into game dev and talk about the game itself and play it, and it was good fun as well. And this week we're lucky that we also have a member of the game dev community on Twitch who's been streaming a lot longer than me, Krassenstein, who was one of the main first game devs that I met on Twitch along with GamesPlusJames. And yeah, it helped me really get to know the kind of community and the viewers that are within the area on Twitch. So yeah, me and Crass go back a long way, back from when he was working on a game called Nightfall, which was kind of like a top-down 2D, or like the old Grand Theft Auto style perspective, top-down, where you'd fallen down into these kind of, I don't know, what's the best way to call it? Is it dungeons or ruins? But you've fallen down deep into this place and you have to try and find your way back up, kind of hacking and slashing a way through lots of little nasty creatures. The memories, indeed, Krassenstein. Hello, nice to see you as well. Hello there, Outfrost as well. Nice to have you here in chat with us today. But yeah, he's worked on a range of different games, so we'll chat about that, but mostly we're going to be talking a little bit about Chronicle Unit 8 and playing that game as well on stream. So the format of the stream will be, I'll probably have a chat with Crash starting in around 5 minutes. We'll chat for however long it goes on for, but we aim for around half hour, maybe like as a cap, and then we will be playing the game then for the rest of the stream. So we'll be finishing stream in 2 hours, so at 8 p.m. my time. As some of you know, it is my beautiful fiancée, Alicia Griffin's birthday today as well. So I do need to make sure that I finish promptly, even if we're having a wonderful time with the game. That is something that I'm intending to do. So a bit of admin before we get into the guts of stuff as well. First off, if you're interested, here is the tweet that that I posted just at the start of stream. If you want to go and help a couple of other people see this so they can check out the game, do feel free to go ahead and like that. If that is something you do on Twitter, if you don't, I really don't take it personally. It's all good. And then what I'd also like to do is to go and just remind us of what we've got upcoming. So I need to confirm the next people. I kind of left it floating in the air waiting for a couple of responses. But after today's stream or tomorrow or during the week, I will try and reach out to a few people. We're hoping next week. So that we got one more of these next week. And then we've got, we're going back to the review streams. So if you remember the honest feedback streams, we went through these 3 games last time. We've got 4 more games in this queue. So we'll be going through at least, I don't know if I'm doing 2 or 3 because last time the stream was really long. So either I've got to play it quicker or I've got to just be more concise with feedback or just choose less games to play through. So I think we might try and do like 2 games and just take it that way. And I'd rather do that than announcing I'm going to play 3 games and then feeling like I have to, even if time has gone on a bit. So we'll be doing that in a fortnight and then we'll go back. But yeah, we got a few people who are up for it. I just need to confirm dates, which is cool. But if anyone else is interested in getting feedback on their game. So today isn't feedback. Today is a chat with someone who's developed a game and published it. But then alternate weeks we will be doing these feedback streams where you can get feedback on a game that you're currently developing with the aim of kind of feeding into your development process and getting people in chat to have an opinion on it as well. Just to give you some first impressions that people who haven't been developing the game may have. So, yeah, just wanted a quick reminder of that as well. Thank you, Spacey.
Buy something nice for Elysia with this honest 29 love and send me the receipt. I gotta do some tax write-offs.
Why has it changed my voice? It's changed the voice. I don't know if I like the new voice. I'm not a big fan of that. Elysia. Elysia. I think that's how I said it. Or was it Elysia? It could have been Elysia. She'd love both of them. Hey, I've already on the writ-offs, some tax writ-offs. Yeah, it says it like that so that the government and the spies don't hear it, you know, and crack down on Spacey. Thank you, Spacey. I will use the £2 and 20-something pence that I get from that subscription, and I'll put it towards the cost of the card that I sent her. That's the gift for you. No receipt, though. Sorry. Wow, controversial comment, Spacey 3D. Anyway, is everyone in chat okay if you have anything interesting to share from the last week? And Artifacts, thank you for the... first off, hello. I think I missed your first message. And happy birthday to Lisa, you said. Indeed, what a wonderful day it is. She's made herself some cupcakes. And I'm going to be catching up with her after stream. We watched some comedy stuff together last night. We watched the Bo Burnham. I'd never knew of this person before. A few people were talking about it, but yeah, I think if you're in the same boat as me, I'd recommend watching his first, or not his first one, but there's a 2015 or 16 Netflix special he did. Watch that one first before watching the second one, I would reckon. But yeah, he's like a comedian, singer guy who became big on YouTube really young. So yeah, but he now makes he does stand up as well. A total douche off stage, you think, is it? Interesting. What was your... How long ago is this, Crass? Multiple sentences description. You can drop it all, but I'm going to be starting chatting to Krassenstein within a minute or two now. So that would make sense, Crass. Yeah, because in the current stuff, I don't know much about him, but he actually is a bit in the current one where he's regrets being thoughtless in how he was and stuff a bit. I think he's definitely just grown up, but I think he suffers a lot with mental health stuff as well, despite being successful and all that jazz. I don't want to say refreshing, because that almost sounds like I'm celebrating the fact that he has mental health issues, but it's refreshing in a sense to see, you know, just being successful or being well known doesn't just give you happiness, and that maybe the younger generation can keep that in mind, that if they're not feeling satisfied, it's not all going to instantly change if they just get famous. But there we go. Anyway, right, I think we're going to get started. I'm going to try and call. Last time we called James, and James had trouble with Discord. I'm hoping this time Krassenstein is an experienced veteran of Discord. So, yeah. Hopefully, when we have a call, it will make sense. Alrighty, let's do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can only give Krassenstein a call if we get Krassenstein's name written in chat. It's like you've got to summon him. You got to type it, and then if all of the other elements are right, if the wind just stops for a moment, then he'll be summoned. Oh, dollar signs on the S's. This is getting serious. Very, very serious. It was James. James wasn't the foursome. What are you on about, Wing? There we go. Hope Alicious is into it as well. Oh, look at the little Krassenstein emote as well. Perfect. Lurkin's up for it too. Okay, good. That's enough. I think we've powered him up. We've powered him up. Right. Let's give him a call.
Hey, Dan.
Hello, Krassenstein. Could you
What's up, dude?
I am all right. I'm a bit tired. Work has been a bit manic. But I am good, and I'm pleased to be talking to you. This is something I actually look forward to, because
That's sweet of you.
No, I do. I think chatting is something I find easy, and whereas coding is something I get stuck at and get stressed at. But secondly, I think it proved last week talking to James that there's so many people I've met through Twitch who I've never actually had a conversation with. I think we've chatted once or twice. Off stream, but it's definitely not like a regular occurrence, right? So it's
we can fix that though.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping it, right? Chat. Can you, if you Krassenstein, can you just say a random sentence just so people can give feedback if the audio sounds fine?
Blue lizards eat orange eggs. That's good, right?
Yes, that did. I'm worried my fan might be picking up on my mic a little bit though. Yeah, let me just turn away my fan. Yeah, I think it's all good. You're perfect. I just realised that my mic on stream is picking it up as well.
So nice.
There we go. Hey, I just meant you sounded perfect. Not you as a human.
Oh.
Behave yourself. Behave
okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So first off, I will give you an introduction a little bit like I've already done, and then I'll ask you to introduce yourself in a sense as well if you think I've missed anything. So I'm talking to the wonderful Krassenstein, as he's known on Twitch. You can find him over on Twitch TV / is it Krassenstein or Krassenstein TV? I remember you used to have the TV always.
The TV is for Twitter and YouTube.
Okay, good. So yeah, it's Krassenstein on Twitch and then Krassenstein TV on YouTube and Twitter. But he is a game developer. He's been working as an independent game developer for at least 4 years, I'd say now, because that's over how long I've known him. And when I first met him, he was streaming his development on Twitch, working towards releasing a game on Steam. One thing that was really admirable about Kras is he had a lot of other responsibilities. There was times where he was working a full-time job as well, and he would just crack on in the morning and do an hour or two of stream and just keep making progress on something. And this is something I think a lot of people struggle with, is to make time or find time, or they don't have time to pursue these interests and passions of theirs. And it was really nice, and I think it's probably inspirational to others to see that you can make time, even if it feels like you have no time. Because, I know it's not just work. You've got kids as well, and it definitely all adds up in terms of your responsibilities. So, that was definitely an admirable trait of Krassenstein, along with a really warm and engaging community based around game development. I was fortunate that when I was a wee baby Twitch streamer, Krassenstein, at the end of one of his streams, decided to come and give me a host, back before raids were a thing, I think. So he came over and dropped his viewers over. They were all telling me to surrender my pockets. And I remember I was sat in my lounge. I was taking normally I'd stream at my desk doing code with a microphone. I was only streaming for around a month at this point, right? And this day I thought, right, I'm just going to go downstairs. I'm going to just not have a mic, and I was just going to tidy up my code. And then one day I do that. The wonderful Krassenstein throws me a raid with like 30 people, which was 10 times more than the people I'd ever had in my chat. So I scarper up the stairs. I'm like, oh, I got to talk. So I'm running up the stairs with my laptop, trying to find all the cables to get my headset working in it. And then I'm kind of like, I'm not even on my desk. I'm kind of like kneeling on the side of a bed, introducing myself and all of that jazz. But what was really great from that is, one, it allowed me to meet Kras and a bunch of nice people from his community, but it also allowed my channel to have a bit more of a footprint on Twitch, which allowed me to meet more of the wonderful people I've met over the last 3 or 4 years of streaming. So that would be my introduction of Kras. Kras, did I miss anything vital other than your devilish good looks?
No, I think you got everything good.
Good. Okay. So I will first off ask you a couple of questions then, if that's okay with you. So I guess,
sure.
Where did you start with game development? Was it something because I said around 4 years, but that was me guessing since I've known you. So when did you start with game dev?
I started with Unity in 2016. I can't really count the RPG Maker on PS2 in my parents' basement. I can't count any of that really. But
It contributes though, doesn't it?
yeah, I guess so. I guess I was always just like interested in behind the scenes stuff when it came to TV and game dev and animation and all that stuff.
Right. Okay.
And then I almost failed out of a Java class in college, and then I got into film and found game dev through Twitch because I was watching Hearthstone on Twitch. I was like, I wonder if they make games on Twitch. I had no idea.
I used to watch
I found an awesome human named Quasi TV, and I asked him what he was making this game in, and he said Unity, and he said it was free, and I downloaded Unity, and that's it.
Well, Quasi is definitely one of those old school game devs. He was one of the early partners, wasn't it? Before, I'm sure he could have got partnership because he used to get loads of viewers as well. But
he was partnered, he still is.
Yeah. It was back in the day where there was a few partnered game dev streamers representing. And I think something great about Quasi is they actually invited him to be part of making a game for TwitchCon 2019, I think it was, where they did like a little game segment on the stage that they'd made about lots of...
that's cool.
And it was actually nice to get some recognition. The game dev is a thing on Twitch, right? But
right.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I think it definitely counts that you used to do game dev in the basement, right? Even if it wasn't like using a game engine or especially. But I think that definitely counts. And it's cool that you've pretty much been with Unity since... have you ever used any other engines?
No, not really. If we count RPG Maker for like, just following a tutorial and that's about it. But like Unity has been my main thing. Like if Unity ever shuts down one day, I don't know what to do.
Well, I don't think we've got too much of a risk of that happening anyway. Cause,
no, it's never going to happen.
Yeah,
but just saying,
they're definitely doing
if they,
great.
Like, bottom up one day, I'm just completely out of luck at that point.
Yeah. Well, so you mentioned Java. Had you done any C# before you got into?
No, I needed a math class in college, and I took a computer science intro to Java class, and almost failed it.
Yeah. So that
was just one of those things. Like in America, you need a lot of random classes that don't count towards your major, just because they want to make sure that they're making enough money off you.
Okay.
And so you have to take like classes that are completely irrelevant. And so I took a Java class. I was like, oh, it can't be that hard. And then I didn't understand a word that the lady was saying because broken English and language barriers and stuff. And
right,
I was not ready to make an entire blackjack game with the sentient AI in an hour and a half for the final. So I just turned in a blank project.
Okay, I see. Well, do you know what? I did Java in university as well. And whilst Java doesn't lend itself very well to game development, I think there's like JMonkey, or there's a few little engines built around, or frameworks, I should say, maybe built around Java. The nice thing about Java, though, is it's pretty similar to C#. Did you find the same transitioning from a little experience in Java to C#, or did you feel you were starting from scratch again?
I don't remember, honestly. Like it was only I only did it for one semester, right? Yeah. I didn't really care, and like I was like, oh, I guess I'm never becoming a computer programmer. That's it. Right? Yeah. Like
no. That's...
I was also like I was in bands and stuff, and making music and doing this and doing that, and making films. I didn't have time to also learn how to code. Yeah, at that point.
It's cool though to hear that with the music and the TV. I remember you showed me a couple of the videos you did when you were younger on YouTube before. But it shows that at least you've always had kind of like a media-based kind of creative side or a form of expression that you've wanted to explore. And it is cool to see that that's kind of evolved itself into game dev. So do you find that game dev kind of allows you to scratch that creative itch these days?
I think definitely. I mean, I really put a big emphasis on game design when I make games. Right. So a lot of that comes from being creative in college and illicit substances back in college. We can't talk about that, right?
No, it's family friendly, right?
No, we're good now. But I mean, it lets me express my thoughts into more than just paper, you know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I remember with me doing game, like I'm someone who went to university to study code, so rather than having to just take it as an extra kind of module.
Right.
But even after doing that, I still never really made a game for years, and it was always on my to-do list. But I remember when I first started doing it, it just gave me such a buzz to be able to make something and have that kind of that workflow of like imagining something, building it, and then like developing it and keep adding little bits on and getting new ideas as you go along. It's quite a kind of a nice creative process, I guess, rather than having an end goal right at the start. I quite like that sometimes it's a bit of a dynamic process where you'll work out what works as you make it, and you can play it and get feedback from people and all that jazz as well. So okay.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm just going to catch up with chat in case I've missed anything as well regarding what we've been chatting about so far. So we have Irish John Games in chat. Hello, saying hi to Krassenstein as well. Amiga Leo was saying that bring back the game dev category on Twitch. Well, I'm not going to... I was going to say I'm not going to express my opinion on that, but I generally feel Twitch made a decision to move away from little categories. So like I think it was nice, but I'm not personally thinking going to riot about that. Although Science and Tech,
really, there's not enough income coming into game development for it to matter in Twitch's eyes, unfortunately.
Realistically, yeah, and like people always get a bit upset that it's about the money, but like they're a business, right?
It's a numbers game. They have to run a server with millions of people on it. So
and I think especially when they're owned by Amazon, it's going to be about money quite often as well, isn't it? Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on from that, you Artifacts was saying that it made you maybe a well-rounded and diversified student, having to take those extra modules just to make sure that you're getting the money's worth, so to speak.
I don't know. I didn't learn how to make money in college, so I have no idea.
Breno Games saying coincidence. He did Java at university too. Out for saying I was forced to do, or everyone is forced to do Java in uni. Yeah, I think it's definitely our generation people. Because how old are you, Crass? If you don't mind sharing, you can give a bracket if you prefer.
31.
31.
God, it sucks.
I'm 35, mate. So don't worry about it. You're like a whole Olympic cycle behind me. So don't worry about that. That's all good. That's all good. Sanchaya is the sweet, sweet voice of Krassenstein. Yes, it is. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for writing messages in chat. I will try and check back periodically and catch up on it as well. Artifact said he also did Java, though he did Pascal. Yeah, I think I did Java and I did some other smaller languages as well. So Elisha Griffin subscribing in the chat.
Happy birthday.
Saying happy birthday to herself. Happy birthday, Elisha Griffin.
Happy birthday, Elisha.
You've got a voice greeting from Krassenstein. This is like the best birthday ever, right?
Whoa.
I mean, whew.
Top tier content.
I mean, I would say that, but I mean, Krassenstein loves me enough that he's bought me gifts in the past for Christmas and stuff. So, I mean, he doesn't love you as much as me, Elisha, but it's fine. It's fine. Right, let's get... sorry, I just need to take some ownership that we have a stronger bond, all right? Everyone else likes her more than me, so I kind of need to argue it. Right, back to the interview. Right, so you've developed a few games over the last, if you're saying 2016, so we're talking around 5 years or so now. So do you want to just talk us through maybe some, you don't have to mention everyone, but the kind of main games that you've been, that you feel are part of your repertoire or that have been a positive experience for you?
The commercial games, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Nightfall was the first release, which was more of a learning experience than anything else. I learned a lot about how the game development workflow works, and I started working on it like 8 or 9 months into learning game development, like learning Unity.
Right.
And kind of wish that I took it a different route, made it a smaller project, this, that, the other thing. I'm also happy that I made it a big project because I learned about scope that way.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Since then, Nightfall is not purchasable anymore on Steam. We removed the buy button.
Right. Okay.
So that game is indefinite hiatus, and it might stay that way forever. But I don't want people to lose keys if they've bought it before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
So that's that project. Our second project was the outcome of a Ludum Dare game jam, Life and Debt.
Yes, I've put a fair bit of time into Life and Debt.
Yeah, that game was fun. I think I'm finally complete with updates, and now that it has costumes and you can decorate your character the way you want and stuff, I think we're set, and I think that game is finally closed.
Good. I was definitely going to say that's one of the things that I've seen that you do quite a lot of, is that you're happy to put additional content and almost get it out at a point where there's an experience still there, but then you can get that stuff added into it afterwards. And I respect a lot of the bug fixing side of stuff too. Sorry, say that again.
I want people to end up liking the game, right? And if there's this, that, and the other thing for problems, I can't sleep at night knowing that I have issues in my games that are live, right?
Just to stress you.
Yeah. So then after that was Chronicle, which went through an early access phase, which is a top-down shoot 'em up, which kind of like at release for early access and for the main release around Thanksgiving, it kind of like was lackluster. And I think we're pushing a new patch that's like a 2.0 version next Monday, and that should be that game feels good now. Like I'm actually happy with how it is and everything. But between the early access release of Chronicle and the full release, I released a game that I made in 2 weeks called Stop Drop, which was the culmination of a weird dream that I had where I saw myself like a third person mode, like watching myself make the game and do the art and do the marketing and everything.
Yeah.
And so, and in my dream, I made the game in 14 days. So I made the game again, and it was just pure deja vu the entire time.
That's quite a story. That's quite a story.
It was like really, really weird.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm happy I made it, and it didn't sell like it sold in my dream. But I did learn a lot about how itch.io works and how itch.io requires a heavy marketing strategy, and that's not like Steam where Steam does a good amount of marketing for you. Right. If you don't do any marketing for your game, they will just itch.io just tosses it out the window kind of thing. They don't really care.
Discoverability of it is quite difficult, right?
Yeah, it's almost impossible without like actual exposure or a key system, or there's a lot involved to getting a game successful on itch.io.
Right.
But I mean, it was cool that I made a game in 14 days.
Yeah, definitely.
Commercially.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like the one of the things that definitely comes up when talking about releasing a game is just like you can get to a good point with a game pretty quick, but getting to a point where you feel that you can leave it be is a different kind of amount of time, and often far like outweighs the amount of time you invested in getting the main bulk of the game done. So I think that it sounds like a really interesting story. The fact that you dreamed it, you did it, and that you managed to keep it within that same sort of time frame as well.
Right. It was one of those things where you like saw the entire game already being made, so I'm like, I know exactly what I need to do to finish this game. Right.
We need some more dreams like that, right? I'm sure that.
Yeah, right. I get a lot of weird dreams of games, but they always take more than just me to finish, and I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I do have a great team, though. I mean, the people that I work with, the artists that I work with, the musician that I work with is literally one of the best musicians I've ever seen on the Twitch atmosphere.
I can also recommend the wonderful Watery Tart.
Yes, yeah, Watery Tart is by far a top tier composer, and he's grown so much in 5 years that I've known him.
Yeah.
He just kind of walked into my stream one day. He's like, "You need music for your game?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." Yeah, he's fantastic, and we're working on a new game, a new IP called Hellbarian.
I've seen a bit of that on stream. Yeah,
that's pretty fun. It's a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up of a barbarian that's sent to hell to kill Satan. So it should be a good time.
I mean, it's a pretty solid storyline there anyway, right? I think
it's going to be a slightly comical game too.
Yeah.
Just the way that it's going to be. I mean, you get sent down by God to hell to kill Satan. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Right.
That sounds fun though, and I look forward to seeing a bit more of that developed, because now that you've got the Chronicle Unit 8 coming to that kind of closing it off, is that where you're going to go full time then onto Hellbarian?
Yeah, it's going to move to Hellbarian, and then the artist that I work with, Chronicle, we're going to move into another game and start prototyping that one as well. Ooh. We have like 9 or 10 ideas, so we've got to really focus down and pick one.
Okay. Well, there's a few questions I have spring to mind that follows on from that, but I'll try and stick to one thing at a time. So, first off, multiple projects. Then you've mentioned, like, how do you find working, or do you find yourself working on multiple projects at the same time? And second, like, related question to that is, Do you find that difficult to maintain motivation on certain projects if you're kind of making more progress or maybe enjoying the development of another? Because I know that's something I do certainly suffer from, is having multiple projects on at once. If I'm not familiar with a project or I'm having more fun with one, I find it, I often want to code on what I'm motivated to do. So like, how does that affect you personally?
So obviously the biggest issue is motivation with that kind of stuff, right? I mean, if you set a schedule for yourself. So for instance, whatever my secondary game is, right? Quote unquote, like Halbarian is my secondary game to Chronicle, because Chronicle was so close to being finished. So we focused time toward Chronicle.
Right.
Halbarian became a 1 day a week project. Right. So then I just forced myself to only work on it on Sundays. I look forward to working on Sundays. Right. But I realized that I needed to still spend time and effort and energy into the stuff that's coming out that we're working on at full time. Right.
Yeah.
I don't really let motivation or like, I don't really let it struggle or like let myself get beaten down by it or anything. Like, you have to just kind of do what you got to do. Like, most people just go to work because they have to.
Yeah,
right?
Indeed.
So I have to also work because I have to.
Yeah.
And then motivation for me is not losing my house, right? So like,
yeah, I mean, that's quite a big motivation as well, right?
Right. Making sure my kids can have a good life and making sure we can afford food. If we can't do that, we're screwed, right? So I mean, it really comes down to that. Yeah,
I think that's a pretty good motivation as well. And I think that definitely can be a factor for some people when game dev is purely, if they've got a job where they feel all their kind of their financial needs and everything are met. I think it's probably a lot easier, or if they're relatively satisfied in the job as well, it can be maybe easier for them to find it. If everything gets tough, then it's that hobby stuff, it's that recreational stuff, that kind of the stuff you do to relax or to be creative, that can fall off the wagon somewhat, isn't it? Because that's not the stuff that's paying the bills and going to get you in trouble if you don't, right? That's the added perks. So
yeah, of course. I mean, it's different for what I do, because game development is my industry. It's what I work in. It's what I do,
for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I don't get the work done, sure, we have a team of people right now in the company, right? There's 2 artists. I'm the only programmer. There's the composer. So there's a team of 4. But like, if I don't move forward with the game, who says that they're going to move forward with the game? Yeah. Right. So like, it's a lot of it, the stuff that we work on for Static City is directly related to me producing content.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So it forces me to, also it's proven that you have to hold yourself accountable to somebody else in order to be able to move forward and get through motivation and without losing interest and stuff like that. If you're constantly accountable to somebody else, you're always going to be able to work. Yeah. You're always going to be able to produce content, regardless of whether you don't want to do it that day or not. Yeah. But the biggest tip for multiple projects is the one you open that day, only work on that day. Like, don't open Halbarian and then switch to Chronicle at 12 o'clock.
Right. Yeah.
Then you're looking forward to doing the other project, or you're not looking forward to doing the other project. No, if whichever one you open up, that's what you work on that day. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I think you kind of remove that kind of that choice a bit, isn't it? If you have it scheduled out, then you're not making a choice. Which one shall I work on today? Because that's where kind of favoritism or maybe how easy the work ahead, or if you've got a nasty bug in one of them, is going to put you off that project. So
right. I mean, of course, there are definitely multiple times where I've been like, oh man, we have a game-breaking bug on Chronicle. I can't work on Halbarian today. I have to fix this. Right. Yeah. Like, it has to be pushed today. We have to do this. We have to fix this build. We have to do this. So I don't really, you take the schedule with a grain of salt, but you've got to still play to your strengths and do what you got to do to make things work.
So I agree with you there. And I think what I was getting at with the bug issue was actually the flip reverse of that, of there's a bug and I'm stuck on it, so I don't want to work on it. Do you know if it's not a released game, if that makes sense? Yeah. So I think that the difficulty,
a lot of times I've solved bugs before in the shower. Yeah. I'm standing there, I'm like, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think I've done it. I was stuck in work, or work was stressing me out. I remember once, and I remember I went to the gym, and on a treadmill, I was just thinking through. I'd been staring at the code so long that I could go through the kind of flow of the different systems in my head. And I was on a treadmill, and it actually was really good because there's nothing to distract you. There's nothing to. If anything, you're trying to distract yourself when on a treadmill to just not think about how lame it is to just run on the spot for half hour, right? So I found that really useful as well. But Okay. Well, the other follow-on question I was going to have for that was like, how do you find working in a team? Because I think for your first game, right, Nightfall, was that all you, or was it still music was done?
Chris still did music.
Right. Okay.
I've also I contracted out a little bit of art for Nightfall, like the main menu, the weapons.
Oh yeah,
They're
that
made by
title
another
screen was great. I remember as well.
they're made by another Twitch streamer who doesn't really stream anymore. The name Diver.
Oh,
Awesome
I
dude.
remember Dive. He was really good at art as well.
Diver was fantastic. He really is.
Didn't he have like a few R's at the end of his name, if I remember correctly, or was it just
some underscores, some R's, right?
Mm.
But yeah, he's an awesome dude, and I mean, Nightfall I'd say was 96% me. Like most of my most of the art in there was all art I had made, right? The ideas, everything. Yeah. I had like 2 advisors, quote unquote, like they were just like people who were part of the Twitch community. Right. And they were just better at Unity than me. So I would ask them, like I'd be on like one-on-one calls asking how different systems worked and this and that. Nice. But yeah, I'd say Nightfall was like mostly my project. Yeah. And then we got into like different people doing art for Life and Debt and different people doing art for Chronicle. And I realized that I suck at art. So then it was easier for me to focus on my strengths and pay people to focus on their strengths. And that's kind of just how it went.
Yeah, I think it sounds reasonable. I think it's definitely something. I think I got some advice from someone one time. And I think when I was early on, I used to be pretty much against this idea. But someone once advised me to, if you're trying to get better, then don't waste time on the aspects of game dev, which isn't the area you're trying to get better at. So like me going into a job doing game development, it was before I got my job where I'm at the moment. It was speaking at like a careers fair, and this guy just said, don't waste your time making assets. Like don't make music, don't make these characters. Just get assets because there's tons out there. It doesn't matter if they're free. Yep. Focus on the gameplay and focus to your strengths. And there's nothing wrong with being an all-rounder at all. But it depends on the scope of your game and if you plan to release it and when, like what kind of time frame you're looking for. And I think it's definitely something that people should try and not kind of back themselves into a corner saying I am going to do every element of my game, because
I'm envious of those people who do. Don't get me wrong. Windybeard is probably by far one of my favorite all-arounders when it comes to
it helps that Windybeard's a great artist though, right?
Yeah, I mean you have to. I'm pretty sure he was just a good artist by default, and it's like I can make games too. Yeah. Like
So okay, that's good to hear. And how have you found the process of working with a team then? As much as you have implied it does help having input or having people focus on what they could. The worst part. But yeah, the
worst part about working on a team, because it's important to talk about the pros and cons of things, right? Especially if we're going to be transparent about everything. Mm-hmm. The best part about and the worst part about working on a team is waiting. Right. Is waiting for others. That literally is the best part and the worst part.
Yeah.
It's the best part because you go, oh, I can work on this because I know that my artist is doing the explosion animation, or I know that, so I can get the explosion system in and then just change the white box out to this, right?
Yeah.
The worst part is waiting for the assets. That's like the worst part.
Yeah.
Because now if we're ready to push a build, we're not ready to push a build,
doesn't it? Yeah, right? For sure.
And it's just that's what it is at that point, right?
So I guess what would part of that come down to, especially being like an indie developer, where the success of a game is really kind of up in the air before it goes out. And even if a successful game, if it's not published, or if you haven't hired a marketing person, or if luck isn't on your side, like the amount of revenue you can get from a sole game is not always going to be covering a lot. So how does that impact your ability to kind of get people to work with you? Because I think a lot of people are like, well, I can't afford to pay anyone. And I guess not all contracts are like, I'm going to pay you, £100 a day to work on this. Or some people do it like, you could get a percentage of what I do, or I'm just going to give you X up front. So do you mind? You don't have to give details, but do you have any experiences from that you would share?
Yeah, so I've done both sides. I've done the pay them for their work, mm-hmm. like the contract work, basically. And I've also done the revenue split, right? Like my artists on Helbarian and Chronicle, they're both revenue split artists.
Right. Yeah.
So then what that can do is, it really depends on the person's motivation too. If they're not interested in if they're not interested in money in the way the success can interest people or can motivate people, then they're not going to be interested in the revenue split share side of it, because then their work is directly related to how well the game does.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's a bit more of a gamble,
and sometimes
I guess,
that's a lot of pressure as well, right? Because it really forces you to go, oh man, if my art sucks, then this game is not going to do well, and I won't make any money because that's what I agreed into.
Yeah.
Right. Thankfully, we've done okay in our games where we've been able to revenue share with people.
Yeah.
Most of the time with Chris, and I know he doesn't mind me saying this, but most of the time with Chris, it's been pay per song, which is fine. It's I don't mind doing either way of profit sharing. And with Halberian, when Chris is sort of going to be making music, this time it's going to be revenue split and per song. So I want to incentivize him to not hate me for taking long to finish the game.
Yeah, it's also almost like it's almost like a bonus system, right? That you have in other workplaces where everyone gets paid their normal, for turning up 9 to 5. But if we hit these targets, then everyone gets a bonus. It's a similar sort of sense that the better we do, then you actually get something extra for it as well, which I think can be motivational for people to keep interested in a project and keep supporting and promoting it themselves too, which is nice.
Well, I like that system a lot because I've heard of companies where I'm not really a fan of how they do it per se, but Gearbox Software, Borderlands. Gearbox does that as well. And with how successful Borderlands 3 was, or Borderlands 2, one of the two, like people were buying houses, right? Because they were getting the revenue split.
Yeah, man, that must have been quite something.
Like it was the issue that they had with Borderlands 3 is that they weren't factoring in how long that person was on the project for. They were just, oh, you started working at the company. Oh, you're part of the revenue split now.
Yeah.
As opposed to, oh, you started working at the company and you did 2% of the work of the other person. Okay, you'll get 2% of the revenue split of that person. Then, right?
That's a really good point. Yeah, I've not thought of that.
Instead of just going, oh, this person's been here for 3 weeks and we're doing a revenue share now. Oh, this person's going to get $26,000. They've been here for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, that's where it gets finicky, and you have to make sure that you don't step on anyone's toes, and everyone has to know that everything is deliberate in the way you handle money, right?
Yeah.
And I think the issue is that it was too shady for Gearbox, and they didn't really explain it to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I love that system, and I think it needs to be done correctly. And if Static City ever has a studio, then we will definitely do some kind of revenue system.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. I definitely like the way of. One thing in my company where I work is we have a great retention rate of not turning over staff regularly. There's a few reasons for that, but that is not very common in the industry because especially in different departments, I feel I think some people go into game dev like aspiring to work for these big titles they've grown up with, whereas some people are just like chuffed to be in the industry doing something with nice people or good people, a company that they're happy to be at. But totally. I think if those people, there are lots of people kind of trying to get to these, to work for the big names. And as a result, it means that you can get people jumping from place to place. So I think having some incentivized tier system of, if you've been between 1 to 6 months, then you would get X%. If you've been here X amount of years, then it goes up basically the length you've been on a project. I think
a 10-year system basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, no, cool. Thank you for talking about that. It's cool. It's something I work in a team in Game Jams, and I work in a team in work. But thinking about how I'd approach it if I wanted to try and make a game in my spare time and release it for profit, it was something I haven't really given deep thought about. So it's good to hear your.
I say do it honestly. Just coming from a perspective of working before by myself, right? And like the most recent Ludum Dare, I did it all by myself, right?
Yeah.
That Via Luna game. I did everything. I did the art and everything by myself, and I forgot how much I loved working by myself.
There is a charm to it. I can completely agree with you on that.
So
yeah,
I mean, and will I make another game by myself? It's a possibility. I have a couple ideas, but it's going to be just. I mean, I've got a lot going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's fair. Okay, so I guess we should get talking about Chronicle Unit 8 then, since that's what we're going to be checking out today, and that is your more current game, right? As it's about to kind of come out of, is it coming out of early access? When is it?
So it came out of early access in, I guess you guys really don't have Thanksgiving. It came out in early access back in late November.
Yes.
Last year.
Yeah.
And then got swallowed whole by the autumn sale by Steam.
Right.
I didn't plan that correctly. So, and then the early access got swallowed by Doom and Animal Crossing when they came out. So I've just been on point. I'm looking to not do 3 out of 3 on bad timing.
So what's this next milestone for you then? Is it just the big content update, right?
The big 2.0 release where it feels like the game it should have been as opposed to the game that it was.
And that's what we're going to be playing today, by the way, people. We've got early access today, hands-on, exclusive content. I know. I've been given the right by Static City Games. What a privilege. No, but okay. So you've got this new version 2 version. Sorry, not version 2 version. You've got version 2 coming. What's the date that's going to be available?
The 21st.
The 21st
next Monday.
Okay, cool. So we're a week away from it.
Hopefully.
If people want to get hold of it as well, is it going on sale at any point with the new update?
So it'll be on sale. The plus side of going live with it next week will be that we'll be able to go live or be on sale for the entire week, and that leads into the Steam sale for 2 weeks. So we'll actually be on sale for 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks.
Real. Okay, that's cool. So if anyone's interested in checking this out, it's probably a good idea to wait till the content patch comes out.
It'll be 20% off next Monday, so wishlist it now, and then you get the notification when it goes on sale.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's cool. I will drop a link to it in chat as well. So, okay, so with Chronicle Unit 8, where did this idea come from?
It was originally a tutorial.
Say that again. Sorry.
Chronicle. Yeah, no worries. Chronicle was actually originally a tutorial. It was not a game. I need to make a new tutorial because I made a tutorial before on YouTube.
Right.
It was a Slay the Spire style game, right? And so because it was a Slay the Spire style game, I was like, oh, well, this is done. I want to make another tutorial. So I was like, let's make a space shooter. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
And then a guy sitting in my chat was like, hey, you want an actual player model? I was like, sure. And then I was like, hey, this is going to be too much fun to make out of a tutorial. So we made it into a game.
Nice. Okay.
And now he's like one of my best buddies now. It's kind of crazy how that works out.
It is nice though, isn't it? I think the way you meet people, especially with online, it's really surprising how fast you can meet people who are quite important or end up playing a big role, right? So okay, so it was something that it started as a tutorial. Is it a genre that you've been particularly interested in? Like, is there any games that you enjoy playing up of this type, or is it just something that you started to enjoy the more you started to explore it as a developer?
I mean, this is primarily, this game is a roguelike, but it's also a bullet hell, right? And basically, I mean, growing up, I played a lot of arcades, right? Like a lot of bowling alley arcades, and like my one summer camp I went to had an arcade in it, right? And I played way too much Raiden. Way too much Raiden. And that was probably one of my favorite games ever in arcades, outside of The Simpsons, right?
Oh, everyone loved The Simpsons, even though it wasn't a great game. It was just 4 people could play at once, right? And it was.
I was always Bart. I always played Bart. But Raiden was one of my favorite things ever, and I thought that was the coolest thing as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Just going around and just blowing everything up and doing whatever you want, right? Sorry for the background noise. I do have 2 kids.
It's all right. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
It's 2:00, and they've been good for the first hour.
They've been great. If you need to
each other right now.
Yeah. If they come and ask questions or anything like that, of course, I don't mind at all. You taking time to talk or whatever. That's fine.
No worries. Yeah. They know that I'm in a meeting, so. But yeah, so just kind of enjoyed that, and the space shooter thing literally was just out of a whim of oh, this would be pretty easy to make as a tutorial, and then be able to teach it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh yeah, way too much fun. Brings back old memories of Galaga and Gradius and all that stuff, right? And the video you're watching right now, the trailer is it's way too slow compared to how the game is now. Everything just feels faster and it's better, and the skill tree is still pretty similar. But I mean, there's just so much extra content now in that game compared to what it is in that trailer, and we can't wait for the new trailer. Can't wait to see how it's gonna turn out. Having actually a third party work on the trailer instead.
Ah, really?
I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
I'm so used to making my own trailers, being in film and stuff like that, but they're not good. I'm still rusty on the trailer stuff. So I'd rather have somebody else do it.
It's also what you said earlier, isn't it? Like, let people who, if they do it as a thing, then let them use their expertise and free yourself the time, right?
Totally, 100%. But yeah, so I mean, Chronicle is just like a culmination of a lot of things that have come into like, I loved Rogue Legacy. I like how they do their system. I played way too much Final Fantasy X as a kid, so I love the sphere grid systems. That's where this skill tree airs itself, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's just a big mix of Raiden and Rogue Legacy and Ikaruga and
Ikaruga was hardcore. I remember that was the one where you had to switch between black and white, wasn't it?
If
I remember correctly. Yeah. So like me with these sort of games, I think I had some experience with was the R-Type, but that was more of a side-scroller shooter, but similar sort of concept. So
the only difference in this game compared to other shoot 'em ups is that you can actually destroy these bullets. Right. So like you, instead of going, oh, I'm stuck in this spot, well, you can just shoot the bullets out instead and fly away. Right.
Yeah. So it gives you some tools to deal with some of the bullet hell nature of the game.
It changes up the actual feel of how a bullet hell plays, and because you're so used to dodging everything, and in this you don't have to.
Yeah, you've got the choice, right?
Right. Yeah. It gives players the way to play the way they want and stuff.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Bullet hell is one of those genres that I don't play a ton of, but I actually do really like it. I had a terrible. I say terrible because of the amount of time I lost to it. To a game called Realm of the Mad God, which is a silly free game, which was like a top-down.
I've heard of it. I've never actually gotten a chance to play it.
Well, it's like a top-down RPG, like pixel art, where you level up permadeath. But in every character, as it's top-down, it's kind of bullet hell style, where you use WSAD to move around, and then you just point and click and it'll shoot where your cursor is. And like different like warriors will have a short range but hit heavy, and then archers can do really far but a bit lighter but have less health, those sort of things. But there was really like bullet hell elements of that where you go across enemies and there's just so many things to dodge on the screen that I really kind of grew it's quite satisfying because it's one of those things where you just see patterns, you kind of look at the screen without focusing, and you get into this nice kind of I don't want to say like a trance, but you get into the zone a bit where you can just enjoy like feeling good for dodging these things and dealing with all of these things at the same time. It's quite a satisfying genre, in my opinion.
I had that similar feeling with Enter the Gungeon. So Enter the Gungeon I played way too much of, and then we were creating the enemy types in this game, and a lot of it, like I bought Artsoff, who's our artist. I bought him Enter the Gungeon so he could play it, and I was like, hey, we should look into how they do their enemies and how their AI system works, and what they do here, what they do there, how they do the ways they mod the game. So now there's traits in Chronicle that you can absorb, quote unquote, I guess, to modify how your run goes, right? Similar to like how Spelunky works. There's a lot of games that we've tapped into to try to get Chronicle into the right spot.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the design is that it used to frustrate me quite a bit when if I ever made a game jam game and someone goes, "Oh, it's just like this game," because you almost I think it's easy to be defensive.
You want that.
Yeah, that it's first impression though. I think when I did at least get into it, you almost get a bit like, oh no, it's an original. There's some originality in here too, and you feel like people are just seeing it for what they are reminded of instead of what you've actually thought about. But I think you're kidding yourself if you're thinking like that inspiration isn't drawn from other games constantly. I think Elisha is one of the things that she always quotes on is like, there's no such thing as original art in terms of like everyone is always copying someone else and then putting their own twists on things or combining things. So I think it's definitely important or very normal to be looking at other games and figuring out why do people like it or why do you like it and how can you blend things together to make it work for your idea. So that's good to hear.
There's a really good GDC talk about with how Steam stores work, and he was like, this guy was like watching people navigate the Steam store that are just regular customers. He was just backseat watching, seeing how they react and when they see a game, and 95% of the time it was always, oh, this is like The Witcher, or oh, this. It was not like, oh, that's a really cool new mechanic.
Yeah.
It was always like, oh, this is like Rogue Legacy.
So people want that familiarity.
I'm gonna buy this game.
Yeah.
So like you want when somebody goes, hey man, your game's a lot like Rogue Legacy. It's like a thank you, right? Like it's like this is what I wanted. I want people to get that association so that they feel comfortable in playing it.
And also you're tapping into if people like that game, right? Then you're instantly giving yourself a potential fan base. Whereas if it's completely original, like nothing they've seen before, then people can't. There's no security in whether or not they like that style of game, right?
Right, but then there are like there's always stuff that like Baba Is You, which is completely absurd and nobody ever expected it to do well, and it's just like it won like Game of the Year 2020, right? So like you don't expect that kind of stuff, and you never know. And sometimes the complete new and the new never before seen style stuff actually ends up doing better. But you never know until you actually make the stuff and test it between people, and sometimes you don't even really know until you actually release the game whether it's going to be hot or not.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to there's no formula to success, is there? There's definitely things you can try and learn from and make informed decisions, or make maybe decisions that are going to be more likely to help you be successful. But ultimately, it's always a roll of a dice in a sense, isn't it?
In a way, mainly because there's so many games that come out every single day. So if you don't get the right exposure, you just get swallowed by the Steam algorithm.
Yeah. So
also, you need 10 reviews.
Yeah. So reviews is another thing, isn't it? With Steam, and same with wishlisting in terms of contributing to that. But
it's not even the wishlisting. You really don't even need the wishlisting anymore. You just need to get out of the 5 user reviews, 7 user reviews, 1 user review area. When you get a positive score or other, you instantly get a spark in discoverability and sales, and you show up everywhere, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter how good your game is. If you get 10 reviews, you will show up everywhere.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know. I was going to talk about Steam, but at the same time, we're short on time, and I want to make sure that we give your game enough time as well. But just to briefly touch on that, we talked to James a little bit about the process of releasing on Steam. But in terms of what are some of the that info you just shared? I'd say that's kind of like subtle things that maybe people who've never released a game before via Steam would know about. So is there any other things like that, or little nuggets of things you've picked up through putting? Is this your 3rd game now you've put on Steam?
Yeah, this will be the 3rd game.
Yeah, so is there anything that you've picked up along the way that you felt has helped you now that you do things, that you approach things a little bit different, or just things that you weren't aware of when you went into it the first time?
So one of the biggest, scariest things is when you first buy the license for your game slot, right? And you start filling all this stuff out, and it says you need a game build, and you're like, I'm not ready for my game build yet. I don't want to put the game build out yet, right? Yeah. I don't want to see it. You can upload a blank exe, and that counts as your game build, and then you're on the store, and people can start wishlisting your game. Right. So it's like you just literally need to have a build available should you go, my game's done, and hit live, right?
Yeah.
And it's like one of those little workarounds where people go, I'm not ready to upload a game yet. Like, but no, you are. You just need to upload a prototype and then have wishlisting start working with the videos and your images, because people aren't looking at your build until you hit release.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. They look at the big scary game build section and they go, I don't want to upload my game yet. I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That, and also you see the tags that exist for this game, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of those tags that are picked are ones that I picked for the game. Right. A lot of them, they're called user tags, right? And users can go in and tag them themselves, but there needs to be initial ones. Otherwise, you don't show up anywhere in any searches. That's
interesting. So what, could I add one and it gets added to it for everyone? Or is it like do you have to approve it or something?
So you can add them. And then if the majority, like if you add, I don't know, there's no anime in this, but if you add anime.
Yeah.
As a tag here, and enough people have added anime, it'll trump one of the ones that are in there. And it's the top 5, right? So it'll be initially to just mine. Yeah. And then as people add tags, it'll sort it according to how popular those tags are.
Sweet. I did not know that. That's interesting. Especially it kind of only shows the top ones, and I think it's good in a way.
If you click the little plus button, I think it shows all the ones that exist, and I've put quite a few on there.
Oh yes, yeah. I do see now. I do see.
Yeah. I think those are all the ones more or less the ones that I've added. But like female protagonist was not one that I even thought of.
Yeah.
And then that got added, and it's starting to push itself upward. As you can see, this is
ordered then, sorted. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, those are actually an ordered sort based on what people have sorted.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I wouldn't have had a clue about that. And James said last week that he thinks that like tagging your game right is a big part of. Because he'll, the bit where it says, "Oh, this is similar to this game or that game." That is, you want
to be similar to games that are huge.
Yeah.
So that people go, "Oh yeah, it's like this game."
Yeah. Yeah.
But then if you get Chronicle Unity that's similar to Doom Eternal, you go, hold on a second.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been done right. Yeah, right. Indeed. Yeah, and if I think as things, if things go well for a game, then the ideal is that you do show up on some of these more well-known pages where similar games can hopefully give you a bit of exposure that way. But I think it's very unlikely for a smaller game to go to that stage of being, for example, you on Rogue Legacy's page, it's not going to say, oh, you should try this random one. I think you need to get to a certain stage before Steam would start recommending things like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, when games hit certain thresholds, they get put into the popular games.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, well, okay. So before we wrap up then, Mr. Krassenstein, I was just going to ask you, we've touched up on it a little bit, but what is the future for you looking like at the moment in terms of your kind of game development, and your ambitions with it, and whether how you're going to focus your time, I guess, over the next couple of years?
It's literally the best thing I've ever done. This career is the only thing that I'm actually really happy doing.
Yeah.
And I've realized that I'm just a bad employee. I'm just not good at being an employee.
Right.
So being able to do my own thing drives me better than coming to work for somebody else and help their dream instead.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy doing stuff myself, and I guess there has to be a rock in every company somehow, right? So I don't know. It's something that I've always dreamed of doing, is owning my own company, and now that I have it, it's literally the best thing I've ever done.
So future for you looking like you're going to continue trying to build up, and so the immediate project is going to be Halberian. Do you have a rough scope in mind for that? Time-wise?
Between 6 and 18 months.
Okay.
It's a lot of it depends on the iterations for the game. A lot of it depends on the quality of the content, how fast we get everything working, and a significant amount of it is how many tangents we get on in meetings.
Tangents, yes.
We get on a lot of tangents in meetings because
dangerous things.
And when I exist inside meetings,
yeah,
my brain goes everywhere. So.
No, well, I'm sure that has its perks as well, well as drawing out the odd meeting, I'm sure. But I can definitely relate. I got feedback formally in work to try and be more concise if you're in a meeting with lots of people. I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop wasting everyone's time with my thoughts. But okay, well, that sounds exciting. So I wish you every success to continue with your venture. What's your stream schedule at the moment, Chris?
Getting up between, so this is EST time, right? So we're -5 GMT.
Yes.
So EST, I get up somewhere between 4:30 and 7 in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
And then I work till about 8:30 EST.
Okay.
Right. My oldest doesn't have school anymore. It's now summer vacation. So I literally, the schedule is pretty much 8:30 every day for the end of stream. So.
Okay. That's pretty good then. That's pretty good. So we're in UK time for anyone in our time zone. You're looking around lunchtime. Sometime between 12 or let's say 11 till around 1 o'clock, that sort of time window. If anyone's to check out.
I try to keep about a 2-hour stream just because I don't want to put if I'm on stream for way too long, I start to go, what do I work on next? I like to I give myself this stream I need to get this and this done, and if I get them done, I'm like, so what do I do now? Do I just play the game and
No, I think focus windows can definitely help. Okay, cool. And that's weekdays. Do you used to do?
No, that's every day.
Every day.
Saturdays I've not been streaming. I've been taking it as a morning off.
Yeah.
I still work during the day, but I've been taking it as a morning off.
Yeah, that's respectful.
You used to do it as playing a random game.
That's what I remembered. I was going to
random keys. But I've been taking a lot of Saturdays off just to relax and spend time with the family. And I'm recently engaged, so I've been spending time with her.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, good sir.
Hey, thanks, man.
We're pleased to hear it.
So, yeah, definitely.
Well, well, thank you for giving me your time today. We, as expected, even though I said we'll be half-hour capped, we clearly just chatted for an hour. So
it's easy.
It's definitely easy to do. But no, it was a pleasure. And I very much appreciate, first off, you taking the time. I know you're happy to do it. You're a good guy. And I think we were similar in senses in terms of our kind of trying to get into development and kind of streaming it on Twitch and that. So I think there's a lot of things that we can relate on. But at the same time, I appreciate you giving me time because your experiences are vastly different from mine. And like I've never published my own game, for example, you know, so it's really good to have experience shared from people who are giving it a go and getting experience firsthand and sharing that as well. So yeah, thank you for your time, Mr. Krassenstein, and for anyone who wanted to catch up with Kras on any platform. So on Twitch it is /Krassenstein, and then on Twitter or YouTube it is Krassenstein TV. So yeah, thank you. Have a good day, Kras, and we'll feel free, if you're in chat, feel free to backseat and tell me what I'm doing wrong when I play Chronicle 8 Unit 8.
No, I'll let you play your game and figure it out, because a lot of people wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be there for anyone else to play it. So I'll let you just kind of experience it and get mad and frustrated about it.
Perfect. That's why I'm quite keen on doing the interview separate to the gameplay, and to have that break so it can be a bit more of an authentic experience. So, bro, all right. Well, thanks very much, Kras. I appreciate it.
Always, Dan. Pleasure, man.
Have a good one. Take care. Cheers.
See ya.
I like how I wave to stream when I say goodbye to Kras. Look, it's fine. I'm saying bye. I feel I need to just wave. All right? Anderson Kev, hello. How you doing, good sir? Anderson's going to join us on one of these streams upcoming with the wonderful Hot Plagues as well, which is something that we can look forward to. So, yeah, we're going to be checking out Chronicle Unit 8. In just a moment, I need a little break so I can go and pee. So, I recommend you do the same if you've been sitting at your desk for a long time. Why don't you stretch those legs, go get a drink, or just do something that isn't staring at a screen. And I will be back in just a few minutes. I'll see you shortly. So you may think it's just a dog eating a banana, but I am the dog. We've talked about this before. I just transform. It used to be a TV show for kids in the UK back when I was a youngster called Woof. And the show was about a boy who would turn into a dog periodically at the most inconvenient times. Ah, whimsical. Who's a good Very good question, Elaj. Thank you. Thank you. I should maybe we should cancel Steam, should we? Elaj, and use itch. Thank you for your solid advice, as always. Okay, let's launch this game while I finish this banana. Let's press play. I've got a controller next to me. I think it's best played with a controller, I believe. Crash, I just read your message in chat. Oh dear. Good sneeze. So look at this. Custom cursor. Remote play together, it said as well, which is cool. That it supports that. I'm not too sure what workflows I have to go in to do that. And also, I like the little the splash screens of the different companies as well. Free open source software, indeed, indeed. Yeah, I got a controller next to me, so that should be good. Thank you, Grass. A warning for viewers as well. A photosensitivity warning. There will be flashes. Well, if you're sensitive to certain light patterns or images, just be aware of it. Thank you for the warning. Okay, and we're in. So you can see at the top, we're on test release. This is what will be released, hopefully. Or I believe so, at least. A week today, next Monday, 21st, Krassenstein said. So let's check it out. Okay, so we have story, arcade, options. Just have a little peep into options. First impression, the audio isn't too loud, which is always a pleasure. I'm just going to pump up the audio on my stream a little bit so people can hear it a bit better as well. There we go. Lovely. It's going a little... Oh yeah, no, it is going more choppy on the frame rate. We had this last week, didn't we? We had this when playing a game before. It might be down to VSync. I don't know, is there options about VSync? Yes. No, we're getting screen tearing with that as well. Oh, hang on. Apply changes. There you go. Yeah, it was the VSync. It was. It was VSync. Okay, so let me go into here. Let's go full screen back on. There we go. Smooth. Smooth. No, it can basically just... how I've understood the VSync issues before is that the amount of times that it's capturing frames... is it greater or less than? I've forgotten. It's something like the game is, you're not locking the game can be going at like 100 frames per second, but you're only capturing at 30, so you're going to be missing a bunch of those. Whereas if you lock it at a certain ratio, it makes it more consistent or something like that. Whatever. So this is made in Unity. Any questions? The dev is in chat if you want to check. Alright, let's get going then. I'm glad we managed to fix that. And that's one reason it's important to have video settings in your screen, in your game. It can make a difference to people streaming it or just accessing it in the first place. So story. Let's try a new game. File number 1, the classic 3's file save system. Okay, you can dodge roll to get out of most bad situations. Okay, we have to find out. Ah, cool art.
Incoming call from command. Patching through.
Nice voice acting too.
This is command. Operator 27. Please come in, Unit 8.
Roger that. 8 here. I'm continuing my approach on the pirate's base.
Okay, so we're Unit 8.
Position confirmed. There is some resistance detected, so you're in for a bit of a fight to reach the base.
Figured as much. Anything else?
Yes. Sorry. To re-elaborate on the mission, you'll need to enter the base and take down a weapon they've been building. Intel has told us it may already be completed.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna take down some big fat weapon.
After taking care of the weapon, you'll need to find their commander. His bounty is higher alive, but you have permission to kill him.
Wonderful.
I know which option I'm taking.
Yes, we're gonna respect them, get him sat next to me and work out why he made these decisions to be such a bad human. And maybe we can help him be a better person in the future. No, I guess we'll just kill him.
Don't get me in trouble this time.
Oh, standing up for yourself this time. Finally growing a bit of a spine.
Oh, Unit 8 is
Yes.
sassy, huh?
Please.
Don't worry. I always play by the rules. Is that all?
Yes. Chronicle United.
Yeah!
27 out.
Okay, so she's Chronicles 27. Thank you.
Chronicle United. Let's get this over with.
Alright, let's go. Cool, I wasn't expecting that. It's a nice... I think the voice acting and the animation is really nice. Your primary weapon can destroy enemy bullets just as well as it can destroy enemy ships. Okay. X is shoot. Atlas's ship is equipped with 3 starting weapons. A is basic straight shoot. An angle blaster. Oh, sorry, A, not the button A, sorry. A basic straight shot blaster, an angle blaster, and a side shot. Swap between these weapons at any time with LB and RB. Okay. Not all weapons have unlimited ammo, it's like all weapons. Okay, cool. So, that's that. Let's switch between them. Oh, I like how you switch like that. That's cool. Okay, so instantly, these don't look bad. Ah, we're getting told about them as well, called scraps. Sometimes a ship that Alice destroys breaks into parts of large chunks of metal called scraps. Collecting these allow you to upgrade your ship at the end of each run. Okay, cool. So that's our kind of currency that goes through. Okay, so we kind of want to collect all of that as well as we can, right? That looks like a weapon. Oh, homing bullets. Now we're talking. So the nice thing about having the angle is the normal thing in bullet hells is you've got to kind of go straight on, and it's often quite dangerous if they're shooting the same way, right? Yoink. Oh, is this a choice? I get to go one of either way? I get maybe that means the road ahead is splitting. We'll find out. Okay, dodge rolling. Cool, it's coming in. I like how you gave me a bit of time to play before kind of throwing me extra pop-ups, which is nice. Trigger allows you to dodge roll, evading all enemy projectiles, asteroids, and even enemy collisions. Okay. Ah, okay, I see. Uh-oh. I need to get used to which one is which. Get this boy on the side, and this. I like the... Oh, double damage. Holy cow, there's a lot going on all of a sudden. Let's get these scraps. We've got health. I don't know if we've lost health yet, but... Okay, good. Okay, this ship's taking a bit of a... Okay, we took damage there. I'm trying to focus on this. We may have taken damage again. Let's try and let's clear these out a bit and then go over and give this one a bit of a battering. Oh my gosh, I need to dodge. So, oh, I can see my health up top left. Okay, we got it. That was cool. That was like a little boss by the looks of it. Okay, have they got homing bullets? Some of them. I felt like some of those bullets were curving then. They have got mini tracking bullets. Okay, so I need to try and utilize what they taught, right? That I need to... Oh, okay, sorry. I got an auto fire pickup, but the pickup expired over time, so that's helped me know. I didn't actually know that the pickups expire over time until that happened, so... Okay, there's still quite a lot going on. Yeah, I'm not too sure what we do with those. When it pops up with the 2 sides of the screen like that. Uh-oh. I'm dead already. I was getting lots of hits, so the difficulty ramps up quite quick. We don't have those in the tutorial. The side lanes, you need to be on the edge of the side you want. You get the run modifiers at the end. Ah, okay. So, I got some XP. I died. I failed my mission. I should be less cocky, shouldn't I? But this is where the roguelite elements of it comes in. So we can get better. I'm guessing we have to start in the middle. How much scrap we got? 68. And this is 26. Okay, increase the damage of our bullets. Oh, you got to press and hold to lock it. Okay, what's this? Amount of health you have at the start of each run. Laser to recharge. Speed your bullets move in space. Time between your main weapons bullets. For now, we're just going to pump up the health, I feel. We don't have much left for more. Okay, so... Okay, this is the grid. Okay, so you go start run. Okay, cool. Let's go. Don't get killed, Outfrost. The creepers are behind you. Ah, so you can turn off the screen shake. Yeah, I haven't noticed it myself. Artifacts while playing. But I think we all do have our preferences, don't we? Okay, so will it be the same level? I'm wondering, is there... Because in these games, typically, it's the same setup each time. But it could also have some element of procedural... Or, like, random enemies spawning, that sort of procedural nature to it, I guess. Okay, we got double damage. I mean, it feels like they only take one hit anyway, so it's not too big of a boost right now until we fight the bigger boys, I guess. We're going to get all the scrap we can, because inevitably we're going to die. To the asteroids, is there any... Like you said, there's never power-ups in asteroids. I don't know if you're baiting me, or whether people just crash into them and expect... Oh, this is a different boss. Okay, I like this, I like this. Okay. So that's bullets if we go on that side. Will the boss come with me? Oh, we left the boss? Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing. We probably... Oh, no, he's coming, he's coming. Yeah, the switching the weapons, I feel it's cool, but I'm taking a while to learn, I guess, to like instinctively know which one I'm going to switch to. So this is quite, like, our weapon's strong enough here to just be able to get through his weapon at least, which is good. Oh, I accidentally... I'm using RB instead of RT here. This is bad. Took health. I shouldn't have double damage. This should hopefully help us get him down. Oh, is that another boss thing? Oh, this is the one that's going to give us that power-up. I wonder if the power-ups are related to the colours of the boss is. Come on, pop, pop, pop. Okay, good. We got you. Our health. Okay. Oh, hang on. Have we got to go different colours to break through it? I wonder. Are we healing it with that? Or was it just different colour because the shield? Could have been. Nah. Eek. Okay, we should pop into here and then... Oh, crikey, and when it shoots, we can swap to that. Nice. Shoot a trait to absorb. First off, give me all of this good stuff. Full belly. I don't think I'm going to stay at over 90% health. Good traits, though. 5 randomized bosses. I will have a look. Actually, I can probably pause and just read what you said. A similar vibe throughout, but feels different each. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. I think I'd rather it not be the same exact level every time if you want me to keep playing it. Otherwise, it feels like you're playing the same bit over and over just to get that little bit of new content each time. You picked up a new weapon. You can switch between additional weapons that have limited ammo and will break when empty. Okay. So we got double shot now. Oh wow. Have I got auto shot? I think I might have an auto shoot power up on them as well, because I can't stop shooting at the moment. What is this? Madness. Okay. Look how fast I'm shooting. It's beautiful. Here's my double shot. I don't know where do I track how much okay, let's double shot this boy. I'm trying to track like how much, when is that gonna run out? Okay, it just ran out there. It was a nice visual. I wanted to kind of figure out how much of it I had. Oh, homing bullets. Nice. That's a cool little explosion effect that it does. Let's get the auto fire, I guess. Auto fire's mildly a good pickup. I mean, in a sense, it just stops me having to put my thumb on the button, right? Right, do we want health or do we want bullets? Let's go health. Let's be a fan. So we should go over to this way. Swap over, get a bit of damage between these. Yeah, the swapping between the weapons. I'm sure other games have this. I haven't played a bunch of other bullet hells, as I alluded to earlier, but something really nice about being able to manually switch between them. Normally, it's just like you pick up and then that's your gun, but you constantly are changing what you're picking up. Okay, so we've got blue boss now. So you can see there's a progress bar on the top right, which is telling us how far we are away from the destination. So I'm guessing destination being that big weapon, maybe. Okay, so we got kill chain already. Bullseye, 2% to instantly kill any non-elite bosses. Boss fights take 0 damage first time you hit. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna go for this one. The ammo is on the ship itself, is it? Okay, we'll keep an eye out next time. Get that. Okay. We took a bit of damage there, but we're healed up. It's good stuff. Blast. Yeah, I'm one of those who's not great at remembering the controls, so I feel instead of like optimally using LB, what's this showing? Yeah, instead of optimally using LB and RB to switch between directly to the weapons, I just kind of toggle until I see the result that I want. Man, this double shot is powerful though. Oh yeah, I could see there's a number. There's a number next to the ship. That's cool. It's a little subtle, but I could have seen it. Uh-oh. Boss time.
Well, well. Looks like you finally made it. Team, come in. Where's the rest of the team? Team! Damn it! Where are they?
Yeah, you're left alone.
Where are you? Some kind of superheroes? Aren't superheroes supposed to help the good guys?
We can't do our hero duties without funding.
Right.
Oh, he's turned into like a little transformer thing. Okay. Oh my gosh, he has a laser beam. Stay out of the way of that laser beam then. Does he do diagonal ones too? Oh my gosh, he does. Okay, so I think he just... holy cow. Okay. Boss is more difficult than I expected. Oh! He better do a tell before he shoots me. Uh-oh, laser, 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 keep moving. Laser, laser, laser. Okay, he goes for where I was at the time he starts doing that. Okay, so he's going to go straight, I think. Okay, good. We've worked out. It's really important to have tells on a boss. And after that nasty start, I managed to just about manage... Oh, I missed all the scrap. Oh. Okay. Bombs. I haven't even learned about bombs yet. Alright, we're going to go above 90. We're going to get better at this. We did it. We did it. Power Ranger reference. They got to build together, haven't they? And then they turn into the super big one. Do you think like my ship got stuck a bit too high up, Crass? Because normally meant to be below it. I was glad I could still shoot it at least. Alright, cool. So, does that run count as a whole run, or does it... Okay, so I would go on and I still get to upgrade. It's not only when I die then, right? Okay, what do we have down this? I get, like, realistically... Ooh, what? Some of these have, like... I don't know why they're super colors. Are they good? Percentage of scraps and new runs. Oh, okay. I can start to see that. Amount of bombs you can stockpile. So the thing is this, bombs. It's a big old tree, isn't it? Defy death, chance of dodging a final hit that would explode your ship. That's pretty cool. Close range devastating pulse blast power up. Nice. So like this gives you a way to one replayability, but two it gives you that scope to introduce mechanics slowly in the game as well, rather than overwhelming the player, I guess. Can I just start anyway? Maybe that's what these blue ones are. Oh, these coloured ones. So can I just put anything into that? No, you've got to connect to it. Alright, let's go back up to our base bit then. Blue and orange are rarity colours. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, we're going to head over to this. We're going to go left. We've only got a half hour as well, so let's... Okay, more damage. Enemies will... Hang on. Unlockable when you reach this ship level. Ah... Required level 1. I can unlock that then, can I? Yeah, good. We're going to go into more damage on our bullets. Amount of health. We haven't had a laser yet, but we want to get down to this gold thing. So we're going to go... I think we're going to keep going this way. Okay. Oh, I've run out. We're not at level 2. But we're going to lose our points, right? I think, if we don't use them. But then because we didn't die, do we still use them? Lose them? I guess what we will do is just increase that for now. Just in case. Look at the Steam achievements as well. Okay, so we have 21 left. We'll work out whether or not. Ah, there we go. You will sacrifice that. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So the standard, and then you go up ascension levels. Nice. Okay. Let's go standard again. And then we can try a couple of the other modes. Right, our objective is to stay strong. Kill all the enemies! See, it's all about the angle. It's so much less risky. Music's great as well. We're gonna go for bullets. He does follow us, so we're gonna go over this way. See how he likes these. Yeah, now that. You're getting hit for 5 per shot now. Before it was 2. I am stronger. Come on, survive the bubble attacks. Okay, we need to be a little bit aware. Okay, let's... Is it? Oh, another boss just in time. Oh, we smashed it. Give me my scrap. Okay, time warp. Gain 5 wave levels and 75 scrap. Right, go for that. Enemy level 8. They're gonna get hard now, right? So, we've not learnt about bombs yet. Ah, it is that button. I guessed it right. So, I didn't get, nothing told me that they exist other than that talent tree thing. I think there's a little icon under the health bar that might have indicated it was a health bomb. That it was a... there was something I could use. We need to try and check out some new weapons as well, I feel. Keep an eye out for those. Maybe I need to focus on killing some of the smaller ads. Health or... I don't know what purple is. We're going to go for purple. Oh, I kind of want that shield though. Okay. Bullet reflector. That'll do nicely. Ah! Okay, lots of bullets all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, I'm almost dead. Oh, is there a boss up there as well? No. I just wanted to get the... Oh, the power-up is gone! Okay, I got it, but at my own expense. Okay. So do you start with one, or is it because I powered up to say that I can have more of one? I guess that might have been it. Because I had one, Okay, how much did I end? I still ended up with a decent chunk. What's this then? Alright, we'll get that because it's rare. And then we'll go back the way we were trying to progress. Are we level 2 yet? No. I guess it's 1 per every time you finish. I like it. There's a gate there, though. The gate is cool. Oh, I should have gone for... What I saved up for. Silly. We do have the double shot already. Okay, we start going. Let's just go up this way. The faster shooting. Oh, we can't go up that way. Singularity bombs. Okay, we'll go for more of that. Faster bullets, less time between bullets. Oh, that's a little shame, isn't it? These are affordable. Crit chance. Oh, we'll go for another one of these. Okay, I think we're maxed out. All right, start another run. Let's go. See, I feel I was right not to go on to a difficult mode because I failed, but I did take the enemy level higher, right? So yeah, you can see under the health bar I have the indicator of how many bombs I've got. I find at the moment it feels safe. It feels safe for a long time, and then when things get busy, your health drops really fast. However, it should also be said that in games like this, quite often you don't even have health. It's just one shot and you're dead. So I should not complain. Little animation on the ship as you go left and right is cute. Let's get more scrap, shall we? No. Oh no, did I miss them both? Oh, I got indecisive. I thought purple might make this run more interesting. Oh, in bullets. Oh, this is a boss. It's a tiny boss. Uh-oh. It's too small for my bullets. Okay, we got it. Okay, enemy level's gone up to 4 from that. So I'm guessing that naturally goes up based on your progress as well, right? While killing enemies. What's this? Max fire rate. Gosh, that is rapid. It's gone now, though. How are you little turret boys? Oh! So I guess the slight downside is the enemies seem to die in like 1 or 2 shots, so things like that have less use, but I think that'll change as you go to more difficult bits, or maybe the enemies scale up and take more hits. It'd be really good on a boss, and also you've got to keep in mind we have the... we have the ability to shoot bullets in this, so shooting fast is good for that reason too. Ah, I missed the side again. I'm just being boring going down the middle. It's fine. Just avoid the bullets. Did I kill it yet? I think I did. Yeah, let's get auto. Let's get a bit of a bullet reflector. Let's get some of these side ones. I should keep an eye out for health more as well. There we go. We got it. Ooh, a new boss.
Hey there, bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? Oh, it's a little kid.
What? Children. Pirates hire children now?
Don't listen to her. We're much tougher than we look.
Oh, is it mother and son?
Go home,
Or
kid.
daughter?
This isn't a playpen.
Ha ha! Let's see you say
Son.
that after you pop your ship full of holes.
Ooh.
Have to.
Quiet, you!
Ugh, fine.
Get ready!
Oh, it's a doubler. I feel this gun was designed for this. Alright, let's go straight on for a bit. Uh-oh. I like how the 2 different kind of abilities. I like the ship started to crack as well, which is nice. Uh-oh, I meant to roll through that and I pressed the wrong button. Can you drop a bomb on them? Yee. Uh-oh. Oh, they merged together. Whoa! What was that? Together they are definitely stronger. I keep pressing the wrong button to roll. Blast. No, that was cool. I really like the mechanics of that boss. They felt good. They felt good. Alright, we got time for another couple of runs, I think. I'm going to try and do this super quick. We don't have enough to buy that upgrade that I was going for. We do have enough of that, though. Give ourselves a bit more health. Alright, let's go. Kapow. Yeah, I like how the characters, man. I'm quite impressed by it. The dialogue, the voice acting, and the kind of diversity that in the character art and kind of personalities. I've not actually seen any elements of that in the game. I've just seen the gameplay before, you know. So yeah, I really liked it. I need to just get used to dodging a bit more, I think. This one is coming to me. I pressed the wrong button. I'm often, like, something I struggle with controllers is like RB, RT. It's not instinctive which one is which. I think I grew up on a SNES where there was just one button on each side. And I like that. I don't have to think which of the two. I just press. That's just me. Old man Dan. Back in my day. Okay, let's get on this boy. He's going to do a spinny bullet things, right? But we got double bullets. Yeah, it took him down super quick. There, just be easy, wouldn't it? Okay, let's go for bullets. Improvements, damage improvements, actually, that is. Oh, you can see the auto down bottom left. I only just noticed that. That's how long I've got of auto left. Ah, they all show up down there. That's nice. Okay, it took me a while to get that. Making pretty lines on my screen. Okay, there is do we? Oh, we don't need health. Okay, now we need health. Go, go, go. I missed it now. Wait for the charge and then we'll roll to the side. Here we go, we got it. Uh-oh. Right, what have we got? Bombs deal more damage, give 20% less damage. That seems one that's going to benefit me right now, right? Okay. There's a shield I've spotted, which I'm going to try and roll and get. Get health back up. And this full now, actually, so no harm in another shield, eh? Special, I guess that is. Let's go. Let's go. The choice of lane is interesting. It's a nice way to introduce the, like, make a choice. What do you want to upgrade on this run? I like that. Just took the damage, which I shouldn't have. Oh, double damage. This will help us against this boss. Oh, it still got me, but we might kill it if we keep attacking it like that. Oh, go, 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 go. Yee. Yee. Okay, more scrap, more damage. One boss enemies have a chance to jam their weapons. Less projectiles. Nah. We're going for full health, full damage. Yo! Do this. honest, we might not have time for another run looking at this if this run keeps going good. We've got to make sure we survive now. Tiny boss. Ah! Okay, now we're doing bonus damage, I think. So we're above 90% health. It still says we're doing 5 damage though. But maybe that's because the percentage increased by. Okay, so we should hold on to that good gun. Oh, does it replace actually? It replaces my normal. Okay, never mind. All of the fancy stuff. This way. Homing is really handy. Okay, here we go. Time for retribution, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey there, bounty hunter! Ready for a real fight?
Yeah.
What?
Don't listen to her.
Go home, kid.
Ha ha!
Do we have...
Quiet!
I guess having one thing they did really good in Hades is when you go back to the boss, you don't have the same voice loop again. Like you can have a shortened one. That would be cool. Hey, Palmer.
Fine.
But I know it's a lot of content to do that.
Get ready!
Hey, Brim Bob. Yeah, anyone who's missed the stream, we've had an hour-long chat with the wonderful Krassenstein. And now we're spending some time... Just stay here just for a moment. Come at me. Oh, no. Drop a bomb in there. Blammo. Get some extra health because we do more damage at full health. I don't think we've got enough to make a difference right now. Yeah. See ya. Oh. Just wanted to get the bullets down. There we go. We did it. We got... Oh, there were siblings. One seemed a lot older. I thought it was like mother and daughter. Mother and son, sorry. Instantly kill. Health packs will give you more bullets. Become corn kernels that pop enemies on kill into bullets. Let's try it, shall we? Oh, do those bullets hurt me? I don't think so. They're blue, right? No, I don't think we're getting hit by that. Let me just check. No, we're not. Okay, so that's crazy. I'm gonna say it just gives like a spread attack every time we kill one, which will be generally... I mean, it's gonna be useful. It's that like free damage, especially in busy scenes, right? But it is extra projectiles to try and trace. I've just taken a ton of damage. I'm trying to talk about why it's a good thing. I like the little drills that go from side to side. Okay, our health is back up. We're in a good place. And we got a shield. Alright. And we go. Double damage. Let's go. We're going to go into the purple lane. The speed of that. Those bullets. Okay, max health. I think we've got an upgrade that does more damage at max health too, which is super nice. Oh, so hang on. Like last time I defeated a boss, it ended, didn't it? So is it every time I complete it, I can go further? Or was there 2 bosses and I forgot? Double shot. Okay, we'll use this until the boss, and then we'll switch to double... Oh, this is the boss. Get out of my way. Double shot is in town. He didn't even get to use his razor blade ability. I felt that was a little bit harsh of me. It shouldn't have ended. So no... Oh. Oh. I see. 25% not to consume ammo. Yeah, I quite like that. If I want to get the power-ups. Like I've got one now, right? 17 bullets. So we should hopefully get more bullets out of that now. Do we need to heal? Okay, we got another boss. Just a double shot. Is it like a boomerang? Does it come back? I don't think it does. Okay. Okay, we're now out of them. new bullet type. Sideways bullets are coming in more handy than I expected, I think. Ah, my friendly homing bullets. I like these, how they kind of give you they stop you going a certain direction, right? Those kind of beams, unless you shoot them down. I think it's a nice mechanic altering which path you can take. I'm gonna go for this way. Hungry? You get it? No, just one. Okay, now it's getting manic. I don't have any bombs left either. Okay, this is the boss, I believe. Like a mini boss, I mean, the boss there. Okay, good. Hopefully I can get that health. Ah, damn. Main weapon damage 30% and oh, slower, but more. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. It'll make that as power up more valuable to us. Oh, I think I remember Crash talking to you, giving you feedback on the stats, the balance of that stat on stream, based on like a damage per second sort of stat. Uh-oh, boss time. Look at this ship. Cool art again.
That looks like some nice gear. I hope you don't mind if I scrap your ship for parts.
Ah.
Yeah, well,
Trash
sorry.
talking me.
This belongs to me.
It does.
I take what I want. Maybe I'll even scrap you for parts.
Yep, another psychopath.
Oh man, I've got such a... Oh, that... I probably did so much damage in that little phase. What are these little things? Oh, mines? With shrapnel? It's the wall... It's barbed wire around the edge. Holy cow, I'm taking a lot of damage. Oh, I need to dodge that shrapnel better. Uh-oh, I'm on the emergency damage. Oh, no. No! I tried rolling through! I rolled once, but I couldn't roll again immediately, because otherwise you'd just be invincible. It's Jenny Nexus, is it? You got to do the voice. Oh, that's great. Jenny's a lovely person. Lovely. Right, annoyingly, it is 8 o'clock in the sense that I was enjoying this and I would have liked to see, I think we've seen 3 of the bosses. You said there's 5 different ones that we could have seen. And we could have seen a bit more of like the progression. So I guess of the tree. We can still spend that money, I guess, right? We got 600. That was a beastly run. And we're now level 2, right? So that should mean that we can... We go back up to where we were. We can unlock this. Gives us more scrappy trend. We can unlock... Oh no, I'm currently level 1. I don't know how I go up level. Oh, ship level, bottom right. It's like an XP bar. I see, so I'm still restricted, but I'm almost at that point where I could break out of it, which is cool. I think all the health ones are pretty beneficial. Double shot power. Can I already use double shot though? That's what I feel a bit there. Maybe it lets me start with it? I'm not sure. Okay. Right, we've powered up ourselves quite a lot there. Awesome. And I really like, I'm not going to be able to give it a go now, unfortunately. Not annoyingly, unfortunately. But, I like how in start run you can choose between these different, this boss rush mode, for example. 16 waves of bosses. And the ascension levels. I think that'd be cool. No, I really have. And I could happily play this more. But for now, it is literally been 2 hours to the dot. And it's my wonderful fiance's birthday today, so I'm going to make sure that I spend some time with her. So we will be wrapping up, and the stream was only scheduled to go for 2 hours anyway. Thank you so much to Krassenstein for coming on to the stream today and giving us time to hear his thoughts and his experiences as a game developer. And thanks everyone for joining us in chat as well and checking out Chronicle Unit 8. You are able to wishlist the game. You can buy it if you want, though we did give you a top tip earlier that if you're interested in buying it on a sale, this version that I'm playing now is going to be released a week from today. So if you're interested in buying it, it will be on sale 20% off a week from today as well, and throughout the Steam sale, which starts the week afterwards. So do feel free to check it out or wishlist it if you just want to show support but you're not interested in playing it. But we're going to go and just find someone to quickly raid. And then I will be bidding you a wonderful rest of your day. So, who have I got online? Go to Twitch. We have quite a few people. John will hate it if I rate him John Games. Let's go and say hi to Borrow the Leader. Borrow the Leader is doing the art for a game by Alex Hicks. The Crashes of Anuthia or something like that I think it's called. I don't know if he's doing art for that right now, but he's doing something at Pride Peacetime, so a piece of art relating for Pride, I'm guessing, so it's a good opportunity to go and say hi. So if you want to join me on the raid, feel free to do so. They are called Borrow the Leader. They're a British guy, quite new to Twitch from when I spoke to him last, but this was a few months ago now. But yeah, doing some cute art. Actually, it looks nice.